Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. There we go. Hey G, good morning. Big Barry, hello. Okay, that is in place. Hey Uzi, morning. A before noon stream, can you imagine? Alright, get a sip of water. Hey B6. So I went live a little bit earlier than usual because it's another super quiet day on the river for scheduling. I really don't know what's going on. We haven't seen the river this quiet in the past 2 weeks ever. But there is a 366 on the way. You just saw it a minute ago there, and there's also another 366 picking up a pilot, or just picked up a pilot in the North Sea. So hopefully, we can also catch that one in like 2 to 3 hours from now. But other than those two, some small stuff in between, but it's very, very quiet on the river. Hey Ray, good morning. Hey Kimo, hey Paul. I'm gonna have to lower the camera a little bit. I think it's too high up from my liking. Hang on. Hey Susie, good morning. Economies are slowing. Maybe. Or maybe it's just coincidence that all the big ships are doing a big trip right now, and maybe they'll all be back in a few weeks. Who knows? But again, the fact that today is so quiet makes me consider Rotterdam for next weekend even more. But I'll probably do a last minute decision whether we go to Rotterdam or not next week. So we'll see. Weather's nice at least. Watch the traffic pick up again once it starts raining heavily. And yeah, we are back at our regular spot today, so not on the pier. It's a big mast on the Mozart. Look at that mast on her. You can almost put a sail on it. Rainbow, welcome for the plants. Yeah, that's true. It's bone dry everywhere. It's crazy. Yo! Why didn't the alert play properly? Give me a minute. Hamburghaven Live, thank you for the Prime, and thank you for the 2 massive raids the past 2 days. I hope you're having a good time in the Hamburg port days, or however you call it there. I saw that you had a tugboat ballet happening. Sounded exciting. But yeah, it's been very quiet on the Westerschelde for the past 2 weeks, and I'm not sure why. I would be very surprised if this has anything to do with like the tariffs or whatever the hell is happening in the world. Hamburg is crazy these days. I saw a few of your streams that you were doing. It's super busy there. I might actually head to Rotterdam for 2 days next weekend. As the Westerschelde is so quiet, I think it's a good opportunity to check out Rotterdam for 2 days. But we'll see. The weather has to be nice, of course. Seen the pictures of US ports being empty. Not really B6. I tend to not read or look at any news. So maybe I'm oblivious, but it keeps my head healthy, my state of mind. Hey Solo Games, good morning. So yeah, in terms of big ships, 2 366 ones are underway. The first one is already approaching. There she is. 2 days even. Well, I'll start with one, we'll see how it goes, and then we can add another one. I'm always pretty ad hoc when I do these little trips, so we'll see. Hey Dutch fella, good morning. So I'm looking for the arrival of the new build, the Rotterdam Express. Oh, they have a Rotterdam Express now in Rotterdam. You know the captain. Maybe he'll be there. Okay, cool. I actually had somebody DM me the other day asking if I wanted a tour on the, what is it, the Herema Sleipnir, like the massive crane ship. But I wouldn't be able to stream or make any photos or videos because they have a strict social media policy. Nonetheless, it would be cool to tour that massive ship. Hey Satam, good morning. Yeah, let's go over it. There it is. There's the overlay. Cost of Hope, 366 by 48 meters. Good morning, Toad, by the way. Built in 2012. So there's a Hong Kong flag. She came from Southampton, UK. The battery low, the quality not good. Should I look into something? Talk to the Toast. Oh, it's stuttering. Uh-oh. Oh. The audio is stuffed up. Hang on. Let's see. Hang on. The little bitrate drop was my fault. I by accident touched the button. Is the audio good? Because that's the only thing that I was actually trying to look at. Or is the audio still I restarted the mics. Maybe there was some link problem. Good now? Okay. Okay. I was already thinking there's nobody on my home network right now, so. Now, so the interface has a little slider to adjust the bitrate. I have it on max bitrate, but I by accident pressed on the left of the screen and put it down to like 2000 instead of 12,000. I also accidentally banned 3 people. That happens a lot, yeah. Hey Bruce, good morning. So yeah, we have the Costco on approach, but I'll show you a quick overview of the river. It's so quiet. It's very surprising. So we're coming to the spot now almost every weekend for the last year. I've never seen it as quiet as the past 2 weeks. No, yeah. Even now, coming from Antwerp, I see nada. Some small inland ships, but that's all we got. Yeah. It's low tide too, yeah, but I also look at the pilot schedules, of course, and there's almost nothing scheduled this afternoon when it's high tide. So, new lock is open. Look over there. That is the new lock. High tide is just before 3. Yep. There's only one hope that the Singapore Express is going to leave in the next few hours. It's dedicated AIS, but it wasn't on the pilot schedule. So let me see if it has moved yet. No movement there. Let me maybe also check the pilot schedule. Maybe it appeared. Oh, it's stuttering again. Really, it's not a bitrate problem. It's not a bandwidth problem. It's a microphone problem. Let me check my home OBS. LSD. Oh no. Only 2 connections that I'm using. We're looking good. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is because my bitrate is not dropping at all. My bitrate is solid at 12,000. So maybe it's the BellaBox cloud servers that are pooping the bed a little bit. We've had that happen before. Let's see what happens. Home, no, I checked my OBS at home and there is 0 dropped frames. The bitrate is stable there as well. So, because also when I open my OBS at home on the server, I see that the LSD is on there in the preview. So that means it has to be between the setup here and the server at home. So that's the BellaBox cloud that's in between there. So that might be it. I should really look into getting a live view again, to be honest. BellaBox is nice and cheaper, but I think live view is better. For this level of quality at least. I'll talk to the live view guys at TwitchCon. Maybe I can hustle a good deal. can just behind her, well, it's disappearing, but you can see one of the Grimaldi lines. Grande something it will be. I'm going then, yeah, I'm going, but not really for the stream, but you all know I created an app called Stream Buddy. It's like a Swiss pocket knife for outdoor streamers. I'm mostly going for that, business-wise. I'm gonna promote it a little bit there and stuff like that. Meet up with people who use it. So yeah, that's mostly why I'm going. I don't have much interest in TwitchCon by itself because I think it will be a fluke. I think there will be 20 to 25 booths on the expo floor. It's literally nothing. But yeah, somebody convinced me to go as well. So I will be there, but I will also be doing streams from Rotterdam, from the port. Maybe we can catch a cruise ship there as well, because the cruise ships do come all the way to the city center. So there's plenty of opportunity to combine it with a ship spotting once we're in Rotterdam. Let's check her TEUs. Costco Hope. She has a capacity of 13,092 TEUs. So she's managed by Costco Shipping Lines, but she is owned by Seaspan Corp. Built by Hyundai, the ship. When is TwitchCon? The last weekend of May. And also maybe the 1st of June? Hey Theo, good morning. We got a face reveal. You've seen my face plenty of times, Brian. Oh yeah, now you can see the Grimaldi lines approaching Vlissingen in the distance. It's a nice little shot. I feel like this ship might have been a Hapag-Lloyd ship before. Although your history thing, Toast, showed that it only had one name before, so... It has like the orange wave breaker in the front. Musche, guten Morgen. Moin. I love how you can see the little pleasure crafts next to it. Really gives some perspective on things. Hector, moin. Such a small ship. It's like a whole parade of little pleasure crafts coming aside next to it. If I zoom out, you'll see another one. Looks good though. How wide is she? She is 48. Let's go back up. Yeah, 48. The other 366 one we're getting today is a 51. It's an MSC one. So as you can clearly see, it's a very low tide. Well, it's past low tide already, but the water is still lowish. And yes, the ships do come this close to the edge of the river here. But they can be even more towards the side. If you see the green buoy, that's the outer edge of the traffic lane. Hey Canal, good morning. Yeah, Candace, good morning. Well, it's almost noon, so now I'll have to say good afternoon. That reminds me, I need to do sunscreen. Otherwise I'll be burned again. I don't know why Candace reminded me of sunscreen, but they did. Bear with me as I rub myself in front of you guys. A little bit on the tip of the ears. Holy, that scared me. Hamburg, buddy, thank you for the 5 gifted. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. That reminds me, I was working on adding YouTube integration to the overlay thing, but it's more complicated than I thought. I need some more time. Oh yeah, and if you're new to my channel and you're German and you're into ship spotting, Hamburg Haven Live is your place to be. I've expanded my own system though, maybe, I'm not sure if you've heard from it, buddy, but I've added a website behind the overlay system so it keeps track of the statistics. Can someone link it? Westerschelde.live. So I'm basically tracking every ship we've seen and where it was going, and its statistics and stuff like that. If you're interested, we can talk. Oh, what a beautiful shot. With the little people in front, with the people in front of it. Moin Ulrich. She has 2 bow thrusters. Double bow thrust action right there. Look at her bulb. Water is like flowing over it nicely. Just a very thin layer of water. Moin Wurstbrot. People throwing rocks at Steven. They were throwing rocks in the river. Any big ships today? This one size, and then there's another one similar in size. Just a little bit wider, the next one. Well, the next one. That one will be here in like 3 hours, I think, from now. So, we'll be here for a while. But unfortunately, I was talking about in the beginning of the stream, another very quiet day on the river. The past 2 weekends have been really quiet. So I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe it's just a period, or maybe we do see some impact of the whole tariff thing. I don't know. Hope you brought some lunch. I had some food while driving here. A chair. I do have a chair, but I can also just sit in the trunk of the car, so I'm good on that. Also got some rice waffles. We're good, don't worry. We have one ship with a beautiful name coming from Antwerp, if you like French. Really? Oh yeah, and in Antwerp there is a 400-meter one. The Singapore Express is there, but I didn't see it on the pilot schedule yet. I was actually going to check when we were getting mic issues. Let me check now. Oh wait, it's just pan. There we go. Okay, expected travel. No, that's the traffic coming in. I need the traffic going out. Let's see. So a little known fact, well, maybe some of you know, but the pilots have to be reserved at least 2 hours in advance. I'm looking at the schedule, it's not on there. So I don't think that one will leave anytime soon, the Singapore Express. Apparently, several large American ports currently have no foreign ships inbound. Wow, that's wild. So it's even quieter there. The thing is, most of the ships that we get here are usually either to destinations in Europe or to Asia. There's not that much container traffic going between Antwerp and America, from what I've seen. Maybe real quick. Another one who's bringing his sail with him. A lot of stuff on that boat. Must be an old ship, that one. Is it on the... I probably won't have a year since it's a pleasure craft. Mostly oilers. Yeah, the most traffic that does go to the US is mostly tankers, indeed. That is correct. This is the Jumba. Gotcha. Hey, thanks for stopping by Hamburghaven, and thanks for the gift. Have fun at the port experience days. Maybe next year I'll come out for it. Me in 2030 with a ship? I doubt it. I don't think I'll ever have enough money for that. But never say never. The Flying Duchess has no picture. Which one is that? Check radar for that. Oh, that one is already way past. Dang it. I can try. See, I'm not sure if they'll accept that. Yeah, I wonder if there's some kind of like rule that you cannot do small vessels. I've never done a small one, so we'll have to see. Hard to know unless we can see. Yeah, maybe that's why a lot of them don't have it. But maybe it's also a privacy thing, I'm not sure. Oh, look at the Costco turning. No, please focus on the ship, not on the tower. check out IFKS and SKS if you like Scotch boat racing. I was watching a few weeks ago the F1 Sail GP or something. That was pretty intense to watch. There was a live stream of it on YouTube. They were having a competition in San Francisco, I think it was. Plenty of small ones do have photos, okay. This is the Flying Duchess, by the way. Missed something. Spudwagon, thank you for the Prime. Thank you for the support. Appreciate that. Score, yeah, so that one is clearly readable that this is the Flying Duchess. +1 on Vessel Finder. I still have to upload the ones from yesterday as well, but I'll probably do that tonight. I think marine traffic has more details on ships as well, I've noticed, but they're also more expensive for a premium thingy. Alright, so coming towards us, more sailing boats, and then where is she? There she is. The Grande something from Grimaldi Lines. The track has changed, not for the better. Ooh. Big words. Shade being thrown. Oh, got some inland traffic coming out. This is the Great Cotonou. That one is actually 250 meters long. And it's classified as container ship. And it's new, it's built last year. Oh, it's one of the newer Grimaldis then. That's going to be interesting. We also got a parcel on the cargo shed you can track. Nice. It's because it's a combination of both. And then often Vessel Finder marks it as a December. Wow. Brand spanking new ship. There's a river drone coming out of the canal. Let's go there for a minute. Look at that. It's a little river drone. Which one is it? River drone number? There's at least 7 of them, because we've already seen 4, 5, and 7, I think. This is 7, okay, we've seen this one before then. Where's it going? Braakman, so it's gonna around the corner here and go to the chemical plant. There's 10? Cool. I think they look cool with their little steering hut in the front. Looks different. They're all continuously numbered, so none of them has sunk yet. That's what I take from that. Yeah, I think so, B6. I think having the steering hut in the front makes it so the hut doesn't have to move up or down to see above the containers, because as you can see, they can stack the containers like 3 tall at least. So I guess it's cheaper to build, maybe. From Armenia. Hey, Alexandran. The river drone is escaping. And no housing. There is a little bit of housing underneath the steering hut, but I think there's less, yeah. I think these ships are not intended to be like a owner-operator, where you live on that ship, and it's your boat. Hey Mohammed, good morning, moin. Wait, maybe it's not where? I thought this was going to Brakman. I guess the AIS is not correct on this one, because then it would be going the other way. You can actually see that there's containers inside the hold as well, in the front there. Two more leaving the canal here. Got the Teger. Hey Hans, good morning. They can remotely be operated, the river drones? Really? That is crazy. This one is also going to Antwerp. Also, yeah, 2 people have now read it. Huh. That is crazy. I guess that's why they're named drone. Will that ever be a thing, that there will be like these massive ships on the seas, but they'll be fully remotely controlled, like by somebody sitting behind a desk somewhere, or maybe working from home? That's crazy. I have like a nice bell on the deck there. Look at that. A big clock. The university was testing is for pilots to operate it remotely. It makes sense, I guess. Will also save a lot of money. The question is always, though, with that, like, what when the connection drops for some reason and there's nobody on the vessel, then you got a problem. And then we have the Missoura. sun is shining bright today. That's when AI takes over. I guess there's some autonomous thing that will then slowly, I don't know, bring it to a stop, but that's a bit hard on the water. I wonder what the world will look like in like 100 years from now. How much will be autonomous, how much we will still do ourselves. No, I don't think it will happen anytime soon, but in the long term, maybe. And not necessarily AI, just have it remote control, but then have an AI assist you. I mean, you could argue the same for cars and even planes, though, that a computer would be able to do it better. There's always like the level of trust. There's a dog here, but I don't see an owner. It's a bit odd. One of those movable bridges there as well, approaching. They aim to reduce captains. The one person who's able to properly steer the ship, they want to eliminate that. Yeah. It sounds reasonable. Yeah, I know, Butter. I know it's possible, but still we don't do it because there's always like that factor of trust. A lot of people would be like, I ain't getting on that plane if there's no pilot in the cockpit, if it's fully autonomous. Suddenly a whole army of cars arrives. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's also a container ship. This one that even has brackets. Autonomous subways. I think that will be the first thing to be fully autonomous, as we already have a few across the world. There's already autonomous rail vehicles in use. Isn't like what is it in New York, in JFK? There's also one. I believe I was on one there when I was in New York. I'm just cycling through the terminals. The sea forts. Autonomous road bike. That would be tough, I think. It would have to be a four-wheeler or a tricycle. Switch to the Grimaldi. She's getting closer. So a pretty new Grimaldi line ship, launched last year in December. So she's almost half a year old now. And she's a little bit longer in length overall than the average Ro-Ro. Usually they're around 200 meters, and this one is 250. And it is 39 meters wide. She came from Tilbury, the UK. The tube to Orly Airport, France runs autonomous quite... there you go. So yeah, it's across the world there's more and more autonomous rail vehicles. So I think that will be the first one to be fully automated at some point. I guess it's also the easiest, as you are always on a rail, on a track. So there's a ship leaving the tiny harbor there as well. That one is probably heading out then. Yeah, I know what does, but at some point there will be like 5 redundancy systems in those ships, and then a person will always be not needed. The ship going out is the Kouros. Oh, it's going to Terneuzen, so what? It's gonna round the corner here then? Nah, there's no way it's gonna head out for sure. The tugs are already detached. I see the tug returning over there. That's a very good point. We send people to space with autonomous vehicles. I do wonder, if we made everything autonomous, would there be more or less collisions overall? I'm thinking more or less collisions, but I could be wrong. He means the 2 ships that collided in front of the UK coast toast. Yeah, that ship is heading out to sea, so its AS is incorrect. Oh, people are setting up for a whole picnic. They brought chairs, a blanket, picnic baskets, a cooler. Nice. The Great Cotonou is an interesting ship to see. Well, it's a combination of a ro-ro, so a vehicles carrier, and a container ship. I'm pretty interested to see it as it's a new one. I wonder if there will be any difference to the other Grimaldi line ships. We do get them here regularly. And some of them are quite old, they're from the 90s. So it'll be interesting to see if there's any difference. Less rust, yeah, that's true. You got the Multratug 1. Good that you share that, butter. Because if I go to Rotterdam next weekend, I'll need a hotel. Vlaardingen is also an option. Oh yeah, I'm sure it's still behind the condos, but as with all these things, it can evolve quite rapidly if they put their minds to it. The Bastion Hotel. I have to remember that. Maybe let me screenshot it. There we go. webarge.be. So how many rows of containers can go on that one? 4? So one in the hold, then, probably 3 then. One in the hold, one to the brackets, and then one higher up. Or do we think there's room for 2 in the cargo hold? Nah, probably 3 layers. The Grimaldi is or the Grande is currently behind the pier. Once it's appearing from behind the pier, we'll pan to it. Oh, that's another cool shot. Look at that. Looks bigger from a distance, the 366. Another tuggy. This is the 32. It's for a room on the higher, on the west side. Yeah, that's of course the thing. You have to have the correct side of the hotel high enough. Oh, sorry, I was looking at my phone. What are those red things? Extinguishers. They can basically help putting out a fire. It's one of the functions that these tugboats have. Water cannons, yeah, not really extinguishers, but they can be used in case of fire. Or sometimes they're also used to like do a little rainbow for a ship to sail through to welcome it or something, stuff like that. Water monitors, they also name it monitors. In mining, they also have water monitors. And they spray like a wall of dirt to soften it up. That's also with a water monitor. Why does it say it's a carousel rave tug? It also throws raves. Right, there she is. A brand spanking new Grande ship, Grimaldi lines. Enjoy it, because after this it's the big nothingness on the river. I would love to be for funerals to be more party-like. Honestly, it's always such a depressing happening. I know in some cultures it's more like a celebration, but in Western Europe it's like a very depressive thing to make you even more depressed. I don't like funerals. She does indeed look very fresh. This must be the freshest Grimaldi ship we've ever seen. She has a capacity of 2,000 TEU and 2,500 cars. There you go. Are you serious, Big Barry? That sounds interesting. Some big Liebherr cranes on there. Like the colors on it. I'm not a big fan of the yellow, but if you like yellow, I guess. Let's see. It doesn't state where it was built. I was checking the manufacturer of the ship. But it is owned and operated by Grimaldi, that I can see. Good morning, Jacob. Good morning, Deluxo. Welcome in, everyone. We are right on time to see a ship that is less than a year old. Started sailing in December last year. Last time we saw Grimaldi, it was being tugged away to the scrapyard. I think that was the last one we saw, actually. It looked almost identical, except that it was burned because it had a big fire. It's built by Hyundai? Okay, cool. Hey, Lady J, thank you for the Prime. How are you doing, Lady J? Welcome in. The ship needs a good photo. I don't think there's a lot of chance that my photo will be the front picture, but let's go for it anyway. Now would be perfect. Thanks for that toast. She's noisy. How the water is not that fluid dynamic for a brand new ship, I would argue. I think she's just not deep enough in the water. She does have two bow thrusters. And I think she also has one aft thruster. Yep. Right over there. So she must be very maneuverable. The China, West Africa. Maybe something happened that we don't know about, Scythe. But these Grimaldi lines do go towards Africa a lot, so. Yeah, very, very fresh. She does look a little bit different than the older ones. I do see some minor differences left and right. Keeper, moin, welcome in. quite a big bridge actually at the back. That looks different than the old versions. There's cars all the way up on the top deck there. Look at that. Looks like older cars though, so they're probably all going to Africa after. That's what we do with our old cars. We ship them off to Africa. It's your junk to deal with. It's his first time in Europe. Yeah, so she came from Lagos, then she went to Bremerhaven, Hamburg, Tilbury, and now Antwerp. I assume she'll soon head back towards Africa then. Man, that car has a loud engine. Holy moly. Oh, look at that little ship hitting the wake of the... It was a little bumpy for a minute there. In Germany we say Hüsches Schiff. I understand the second word. I'm not sure what the first one means. Oh, we've been live for an hour. I should do my little shtick. If you're new to the channel and you like the ship spotting, don't forget to drop a follow for the Twitch viewers, or subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, where we are also live right now. The ramp is awesome. It looks a bit different than the older ramps, yeah. It is interesting, most of the ramps on the modern Roros are like diagonally at the back. This one seems to be pretty straight. Huge. It means pretty or beautiful. Shouldn't I then just say schöne Schiff? Schönes Schiff. Alright, let me check the radar, because as I was talking about in the beginning, very thin traffic this weekend. No exception today. There is a ship now at the entrance. Let's see, what is that one? Oh, the MSC Singapore is already on the way in. Let me see. I can spot it. Okay, so that's one that's coming. Let's see where the MSC Eleanor has progressed to. It's in front of Sea Bruges now. Okay, so that's another hour until we see it. Okay, then looking towards the other side. Let's see what's going on. Oh, the Johannes Maersk is on the way out. So those who were here yesterday, we had the Johannes Maersk come in, and it's already heading out today. So I think the travel time from and to the port of Antwerp was probably longer than the time it was in Antwerp. Well, I'm getting a heat warning on the camera. We have 10 more bars to fill, and then it's too hot. So we have the Maersk, and then behind her we have the CC Four Fleur d'Épée, small container ship as well. Other than that, yeah, other than that, not much coming in. So we'll have to settle with a limited amount of ships. The Eleanor is chased by the Page. Let me check that. Is Page something interesting, or is it tiny? We also have the HSL Nike further out. Oh yeah, there's the Page. It's another container ship. That is a very red one. The sun is absolutely blazing today. Whew. But yeah, they were predicting highs of 26 degrees Celsius today. Very unusual for this time of year. So the Johannes Mars, which will probably be the first one that gets here, is over there. She's just past the, what was it again? The Costco. Oh, something's happening on the new sluice. The bridge is closing. Should we take a look at it? Will there be a ship coming through? So if you're new to the channel, where we are at Terneuzen is the intersection towards the port of Ghent as well. So this is the entrance to the canal, which consists of 3 sluices. The one on the right that you see there with the bridge open is the old one, the big one. There's a brand new one that's still being tested over there in the middle. And then I can't even show you the other ones. It's not visible, but it's behind the trees over there. There's the third one. That one is mostly used for inland ships. The Mohuri is aiming for it. Okay. I wonder if the sluice doors will then close in a minute. Wait for it. The farthest ship is huge. That is a 366 meter long one. We saw that one earlier, Butter. If you want an easy way to rewind, you can look on YouTube. Well, looks like the sluices are not moving, so we'll go back to the river here. Still got the Grimaldi going out. Johannes Mark's on the way to Alexandria in Egypt. Indeed it is. Cool how you can see the Costco when it's already behind the land there. It's like they're both going the same direction, even though they're going opposite directions. The Johannes Marsk, 216 meters by 32 meters. capacity was 3,003 TEU. That's a really small capacity for a 200-meter ship. And then again, she is almost 24 years. She is 24 years old this year. So an oldie. It's good for a 24-year. Yeah, I agree. Of course, it is one of the ships that Maersk owns and operates, so when they're owner-operator, they do maintain it well. Or better than the ones that are leased. What's up, May? Welcome to Twitch. The other MSC is making good progress. Wonder which one will be here first. The Maersk or the MSC? I think it's going to be the Maersk though. Still see the Costco behind her. Costco is now passing a Walsorden, I believe. That's over there. does have a very calming effect though. If there's not a lot of ships, it really slows you down because you have to wait. The other container ship behind her is bigger than I thought it was going to be. Look at that. Well, she's pretty well filled up. I think that's probably it. This is the, was it the Fleur TP something? CC4 Fleur TP. So she is, that is interesting. She is about the same length as the Maersk, 36 versus 32. Okay, so she's a bit wider. So she can carry more containers, I guess. Let's check on her capacity. This one can carry 3,300 containers. Grimaldi and the Maersk about to cross each other. By the way, if you have an interesting question, feel free to ask. I don't have much to talk about because there's not much to see today. I'm enjoying the relaxing vibe it brings though. Peace and quiet. Not yet, but I am going to Rotterdam next week potentially. But I'm not going to the Landtong. I'll probably head out to Hoek van Holland. So yeah. What plans to do on the opposite of the cargo terminal? You mean, wait, the cargo terminal? You mean in Antwerp side? I have to look into that. The thing is, I have to actually scout the location to see what's possible or not. It's unclear to me on Google Maps if I can be there. Or if I can get there and what the view will be like. In Doel, no. I've been there, there's no good places to stream from Doel. But there is a spot on the other side of the river in the port of Antwerp. What is it? Is it Callot? I think it's called Callot. Yeah. The StreamBuddy have tokens I can buy in and use in StreamBuddy channels as a user? No. That would be crazy, mate. No, that's not a thing, and I don't have any plans for that either. You went to the Landtong? Yeah, it's a great place. There's a few good spots in the Rotterdam port. There's the Landtong, there's Hoek van Holland, and then there's the, how do they call it? Balkon from Europa, which is like all the way. It's like a beach at the Maasvlakte. So all three locations are pretty damn good actually. quite some driving from Friesland. Oh yeah, I can imagine that. I worked in the north of the Netherlands for a year, many years ago. Then I had to drive all the way to Emmen in Drenthe. After a year I was done with that. 3-hour drive back and then 3-hour drive. Well, 6-hour driving. I sent you the shipping info. We could add like a little emoji. That's actually not the worst idea, Scythe, yeah. But usually the moderators will tell me if the ship doesn't have a photo yet. I mean, it's a long way, it is. I only had to be there 2 days a week. No, not every day. Are you crazy? I drove there on Monday morning. I left at like 4 a.m. from my house. So I was there at 7-ish, 7:30-ish. And then on Tuesday I drove back home after a day of work. And the other 3 days I worked from home. Yeah, that's good detection. True. That was when I was younger. I wouldn't do that anymore. That type of crazy shenanigans. I mean, it was either that or I did have the option to leave on Sunday evening and then sleep there, but I already had one night. I just wanted to be home. So I made a sacrifice to go to bed early and then... But yeah, as I say, I was younger and back then I could do it a lot less sleep. I feel like now I need my sleep a lot more now that I'm older. How many years ago was that? Wow, so that must be 13, 14 years ago. Damn, I'm feeling old now. I have to say though, the people that I worked with there in the north of the Netherlands, they were the most relaxed people I've ever, and still up to this day, worked with. It was like, so, oh, it's fine, relax. Yeah, that was the reason I left at 4. And even the day that I drove back, I left at like 3 p.m. So I beat most of the traffic near Utrecht. And what is it? Gorkum. It was also a nasty spot for traffic. Yeah, exactly, Scythe. Exactly. That's how it also felt to me. Alright. Meanwhile, the MSC is approaching, but still quite a distance away. Also not that full. Even the ships that do come in are a lot less filled up than before. The bridge, yeah, that's indeed. When I had a traffic jam going back home, it was always around that bridge. You got too many cars, but you have even more bicycles. I think the Netherlands just has a lot of bottlenecks basically in their road system because of all the waterways you have to deal with. So bridges and tunnels are often like bottlenecks in your traffic system, from what I've seen at least. Build some more bridges and tunnels, you should be fine. And of course you all go and live on the, well, most of the Netherlands lives on the western part between Rotterdam and, wow, that's a loud as smart, between Rotterdam and Amsterdam. But there's a whole other part of the Netherlands where a lot less people live. You have 4 bicycles. Why do you have 4? You need 4. I have 2. Well, I only use 1, but I have 2. Better public transport. I feel like public transport is not that bad. Compared to Belgium, it's pretty decent. I think, was it last year? No, 2 years ago in the winter I did like a trip around the Netherlands with the stream when I was still doing geocaching on stream. And I visited the 5 biggest cities, but I used public transport to go in between them. It was very smooth. Can't complain. A road bike, a gravel bike, a hybrid bike, a city bike. But do you have a fat bike? That's all the hype here. I see them all the time when I drive in the Netherlands. Fat bikes. It's a thing we don't have in Belgium. And Lucky Black Cat, good morning. I can say good afternoon, it's past 12 for me. Good afternoon. I know a lot of people hate them, the fat bikes. I think it's funny. You can cycle along the coast now and do ship spotting in different places. It's not really useful with this whole setup that I have now. It's not really a mobile setup. And ship spotting with like an action cam or a phone camera, it's just not that great. The quality will really not be as great. Hi from North Carolina. Good morning then to you, Unlucky. Indeed, it's good morning. Welcome to the Netherlands, to another quiet day on the river. We usually have more traffic, but today is slim. We got a few ships approaching. There's 2 there. There's one coming from the coast, and then there should be another one coming in a little bit. We check on radar how it's progressing. Wow, it's not making good progress at all. The Eleanor. What speed is it doing? 16 knots though. Marsk is about to take the corner towards us. That is a thing that I did see, and I think that's why people don't like it. Indeed, butter is that there's a lot of kids driving those fat bikes, and I'm thinking like, should you be driving that? Are you old and responsible enough already for that? I don't think so. To me, it feels like an 18+ thing. Another funny thing about the Netherlands, I think then, is that e-scooters, like the little e-steps that you see from Bird and all the other things, are banned in the Netherlands. Well, they're not fully banned, but you need like a special registration and like a permit from a certain government agency to use them. So they're basically illegal almost. While in Belgium, you see them everywhere these days, in the cities, but also outside the cities. A lot of people use them, the little e-scooters. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's that thing, what that guy is driving on. That was a funny coincidence. I think it's sad that the Netherlands doesn't have them though. I love to use them as like a means of transport in a city. It's so convenient in Ghent. Wait, do we have them in Ghent? No, we don't. In Antwerp we have them. Coworker has one, you should ask about it. It's so you can get a permit, but you need to have it like what's the regularized? Anyway, it makes it very hard to own one unless you want to go through the whole motion of the paperwork. The e-scooters are banned on public ways in the UK too. There are a couple of cities doing trial rentals. Okay, interesting. Like in France, or like when I was in Paris, they were everywhere. Basically in Belgium, they're everywhere as well. In Germany, they're also everywhere. Third-party damage insurance, really. We have things that looks like Vespas, but they're officially by. Isn't that like similar to the fat bike category? It does look like the Maersk is deeper in the water, so they might have thrown a bunch of containers on it, actually. Horrible on bike lanes. So I'm not sure if the Netherlands has them, but we have a thing called Speedilex. So it's basically a bicycle that can go 45 kilometers an hour assisted. It's ridiculously fast and it's incredibly dangerous because they just go on the cycling lanes as well. And once they like pass you, it's super scary at that speed. Even in Belgium now, they need a license plate on your bicycle if you have a Speedilex bike, and you need to like wear a certain helmet and stuff. It's crazy. There'll be some changes from July 1st for the e-scooters, but still restrictions. Okay. Later, Butter. Thanks for hanging. The Maersk is technically fully loaded. We're looking at the draught, is it? Let's check. Maersk. She is 12 meters deep. Yeah? Do we have max draught in the app here? We don't. 12.25 meters in draught according to AIS. We'll see when she gets close. We'll do a little zoom. You have those as well. They fall under the same rule as motorcycles. Okay. Yeah, so that we do have those as well, Giant Ray. So those are e-bikes. Those are not regulated, but the Speedilex can go 40, 45, which is insanely fast. And the thing to me that I found scary is they use them, for example, in cities, and then you're on a narrow cycling lane, and then they like zoom past you at ridiculous speeds. It's really scary. So now in certain cities they have already set up speed limitations for the Speedilex. I'm not sure how they enforce that, but then you're allowed to only drive your Speedilex a certain speed. Of course, nobody looks at that. So I forgot to check where's the Maersk going. It's going to the UK, right? No, it's going to Egypt. Yeah, long distance trip. Alexandria. All right, later, Unlucky Black Cat. Thanks for the follow. They do have number plates, yeah. Sorry. Okay, I'm standing up. Time for some filming action. Oh, look at the government vessel behind it. Looks so tiny. Dude, this side of the Maersk looks a lot rougher than the other side that we saw yesterday. It has a lot more skid marks to it. What the hell was that noise? Well, for a 24-year-old ship, she is looking fresh. She must have had maintenance not too long ago. Imagine the Maersk being pulled over. The Rijkswaterstaat vessel, so the government vessel you see there, it's mostly focused on like just patrolling and mostly talking to smaller vessels. If they're doing dangerous things or stuff like that, that's when they will intervene. I don't think they have much interest for the bigger ships. Ever been to the Suez Canal? No, I've never been. But there wouldn't be much ship spotting there these days. Traffic has completely crashed since they started shooting missiles at ships coming out of the Suez Canal. So almost all traffic from here to Asia now goes around the Horn of Africa again. Funny thing is, as a consequence, apparently the shipping companies get more profit going around now for some reason. So for them it's pretty simple to keep going around from now on. So I'm not sure if the Suez Canal will still pick up or anything in the near future. Because apparently insurance, it's also if you go through the Suez Canal, are a ton higher because of the missiles. Hey, she's only 11 meters deep. Somebody was lying. Well, the AIS is lying. It's causing quite a bit of wake there as well. I saw like a little tweet thread about the whole Suez Canal thing, about the Panama Canal. If you ever win the lottery, we'll go to the Panama Canal for ship spotting. Until that day, I don't think it's going to be in the cards for budget-wise. Or maybe if the channel reaches 5 million subscribers with thousands of viewers, then we can think about the Panama Canal. So big. We'll have to settle for the tiny ships today. Yes, everything you see in AS is put in manually, where's brought, so they can basically write anything they want in there. They could, Big Barry. So one of the inland captains that streams on Twitch regularly, apparently, I heard it, I haven't seen it, has his Twitch link as a destination in AIS. I've heard that he does it, I've never seen it. The Ghent Canal, yeah, that's our spot. And then Straight into the next one. The MSC Singapore, I think it was 4 or 6, I'm not sure. It is the 4. 260 meters long by 32 meters. Came from Thames in the UK. Good afternoon, Mr. Eamon. Let's check out 4,250 TEU. And this ship is built by Samsung. Hey Haksahari, good afternoon. Can you even get close to the Panama? I have no idea, Jacob. I've never looked into it. I've looked into Rotterdam and all the spots. I am gonna look into Amsterdam as well, see what the spots are there. Because at the end of August somewhere they have like the big sail event. I might head out to Amsterdam to catch some of the big ships coming in the days leading up to it. But yeah, we'll see about that. Quite busy? No, actually not at all, Harry. It's exceptionally quiet, just like yesterday. The whole weekend has been very quiet in my opinion. Compared to the past few months that we've been doing this now, the last 2 weekends are by far the quietest we've had on the river. But if you guys think it's busy, then I'm happy. Cool little shot with the Maersk. Lots of burb activity. Yeah, as always. There's never a lack of birds. It's enough for a lazy Sunday. That's true. Just saw a man maneuver his car after parking it so that it's blocking the wind for them. It's not that much wind though today. Oh, you're an EMS Live viewer, Ranger. I also watch him regularly while working. Welcome to the stream. Watchbar, moin. But yeah, so instead of plane spotting, we do ship spotting, which is a bit slower than plane spotting. A lot less action. No, the SS Rotterdam toast. The SS Rotterdam is a cruise ship that is now parked in Rotterdam and serves as a hotel. You can actually sleep on it. I was actually looking to sleep on it when if I go to Rotterdam next week to overnight on it, but it's inconveniently placed. There's no public transport near it. What has the MSC on top of a roof on the wheelhouse? Just antennas. A ton of antennas, a little crane, 2 cranes at the back, and then the chimney. A radar. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, the names are quite similar, that's true. Ooh, very wavy water there at the bow. Not that dynamic in the water. But then again, I think she's not at full depth, so. One bow thruster. It's still quite a while. I've done the walk, Ranger, from to that metro station to the SS Rotterdam. I did it last year. It's like 20-30 minute walk. You said it was a windmill. But they have no smoking, safety purposes. You never know what's in a container. Lost that. It could be explosive, so you don't want to have any open fire next to a container. Or yeah, if it's a tanker, then yeah, it's even worse. Carva. I agree that I'm not the biggest fan of the MSC yellow. It does indeed look a bit, but it is what it is. We get a lot of them here. Meanwhile, the other container ship, the CMA CGM Port Fleur d'Épée, has also arrived. What a shot. 2 ships crossing each other here. So this one is going to Le Havre in France. She is 6 years old this year, 219 meters long. That means flower of pea? No, it doesn't, Drew. I do know French, and I know that d'épée doesn't mean pea. I don't know what it means though. I think it's a name of a place, right? Fort Fleur d'Épée. I think it's actually a name of a person, Fleur d'Épée. Because all these CMA ships, they use fort and then a name behind it. Oh, it is a fort in Guadalupe. There you go. So it is named after forts. Cool, cool. Thanks for looking it up, Worstbrot. Dankeschön. Oh, sorry. What was it? There we go. Dutch fella was also Googling it. I love when you guys make us a little bit smarter. Although there's a good chance that I will forget this in about 1 hour from now. We've got a nice looking sailboat coming by in a minute. It's a gray. It's a color we don't see that often. We'll see it in a little bit. We will ask you next week. Hang on, let me screenshot it so I can just open my pictures next week and act smart. I lost it already. What is that? The memory of a goldfish, Jacob? Look at that thing. Nice color. We've seen this ship before though, the Fleur d'Épée, for sure. Ooh. This is the Puma. I wonder if the sail is also black or gray. Probably not though. Alright. A lot of reefers on this one. Look at that. So all those with like holes in it are refrigerated containers. There's a lot more over there as well. There's a lot of cool stuff in there. A bright orange sail. That would be a good match. Yeah. Not too bad. Let me check radar. Okay, good news. The Eleanor is about to enter the river now, so she should be here in like an hour-ish from now, I think. So you get 1 more hour of stream. After the Eleanor, we'll probably slowly wrap things up for today. Hey Rob, good afternoon. Is there refrigeration powered by the ship's engine? So yes, they do attach to the power mains. So it's basically electricity, right? They do use the electricity of the ship once they're on the ship. But they are also able to self-sustain. Can be with a battery, can be with a small diesel generator in the container, can be small, there's also a gas generator in some of them. But once they're on the ship, they're usually attached to the ship's main. The sushi transporter. Oh, the photo shows it has 2 sails, a bright orange and a black one. Wow, that is a very trendy sailboat then. Okay, I was catching up on the chat there. So in in like 10 minutes probably from now, we should start seeing a very big ship on the horizon over there that will come towards us, which will most likely be our big finale for today. But yeah, if you're new to the channel, usually there's a lot more traffic. But for some reason, the past 2 weeks have been very quiet. Let's see. No movement on the Singapore. No. There's an eco ship coming in Eco Ponente, but I don't think we'll catch that one. We'll see. Surely not. I would be very surprised if it would be the tariffs for Losser. I would be very surprised if that is the case. But it's possible. Never say never. I think it's just a certain period in the year that might be quieter. There's still 400-meter ships coming in and out, but for some reason it's always during the week. So I do still have a day job on Monday to Thursday that I have to work. So it's either then that the big boys are coming in and out, or during nighttime when it's not possible to stream in the dark here. So yeah, maybe it's seasonal. A lot of them are maybe in Asia, coming back soon. Exactly. I'm not too worried that this will be the traffic for the next year or something. I'm sure it will pick up. Should we be afraid or in awe? I will go for awe. You should be wondered, flustered. Hang on. Yes, that is windmill power. That is nuclear power. Also really cool, if you're new to the channel, we've looked at it many times before, but you see that Hirema hanger? Behind it is like a massive yellow structure that will be dragged out to sea at some point. That is to be used at sea, to be lowered in the sea. I really hope that we can catch it going out. I will be going to Vlissingen then, but I'm still looking for more info on what it is and when it will go out and stuff like that. But that is an absolutely massive structure. So that's going to be very impressive to see. And there's even more structures. If I would pan a little bit over there, there's another one of those massive structures to be placed into the sea. Oh, we got some inland ships coming out of the sluice now. Let's go over there, sketch those. This is the Bologna. Oh yes, please share. Yeah, I just need more info on when, what, how. I would even take a day off from work to catch that. That looks impressive as hell. You always just say Hirema. I don't know what the correct. It's probably a Dutch. I think yours is probably better, E.G. I have some friends at work. Yeah, if you can get me any info, Harry, please do. I'm always reachable through the Discord. That's the easiest way to. Did you say that size matters? Absolutely. We got a double barge coming out. So this is like a little tugboat that is pushing two barges that are side by side. We'll do your best. Appreciate that. I've also been Googling and searching. I followed the Hirema socials because maybe they'll post about it once it's gonna happen, but so far no luck in finding any detailed info. Have a great walk, man. Double barge all the way. Oh, wow. Ah, I missed it. Maybe I won't. Hang on. Real quick, let's say hi to Steven. There he is. Steven Seagull is joining us today as well. Not sure what he's doing on the road though. Maybe he's like intimidating the people sitting over there in their chairs. He's like, yo, give me food. Yeah, he's looking for trouble. Like, what's up? What's up? You looking for trouble? Can't find it. A double barge? I know it exists. I've seen it before, a double barge. 4 of them. 4 barges. Wait, is it a double barge? It might actually be a double barge. It might actually be 4 of them tied together. We'll see as she gets closer. Steven is still sitting there. Yeah, it is. That's a lot of barge being pushed. I assume they're all empty then. And behind it is the Muhari Stream Regular. It's a dredge ship that has been working on the entrance of the canal here for the past 3 weeks, 2 weeks? 3 weeks probably. I am filming it against the sun. I wonder if I get one of those I should get one of those polarizer lenses sooner or later. And that will help with the reflection of the sun. Maybe I'll order one tonight. I've been saying that for a while. They're not that expensive, polarizing lenses. Well, not real lens, filters. About the jacket you mentioned, the Munin jacket weighs 5,800 tons. Its height is 130 meters. Wow. It will be installed in a water depth of 105 meters. 8 piles of 60 meters will be secured to the jacket in the seabed. Wow. Installation is planned for 2025, okay. And Aker BP has secured lifting capacity for all the Westerschelde area. Oh, that's good info, Mal. We already learned more about it than the big question is, of course, when is it ready and when will they drag it out this year? Because that would be absolutely epic to catch. Well, if we can all keep an eye out on that thing that is over there, the Munin jacket, then maybe at some point we will know in advance when it goes out, and then if you inform me, I'll stream it 100%. I will go to the other side of the river and look for a spot there. You find the info on the internet, damn. Hey Pixie Bella, happy lunchtime. How is everyone? We're good, the weather is nice, so I can't complain. Now we are approaching the 2-hour mark of the stream, which means I have to reapply sunscreen. We'll do it after the double barge. So as you can see, 2 barges side by side, the Nimbo 2 and the Naval 1. And then behind it, there, 2 more barges behind it. Well, that thing to be pushed. I wonder what the length is overall now of that thing. Must be close to 200 meters. Looks like we also have the Mahuri heading out to do another dump. So we'll also catch that on the stream. Meanwhile, I'm looking towards the coastline. I still don't see our big girl approaching. So it might be a while. They stuck together. Yeah, they're tied together, of course. Now I have to be almost fully zoomed out to get it in full in frame. It's being pushed by the... Oh, so it says 200 by 23 meters. Interesting. Two 100-meter cargoes, yeah, but then there's still the tug behind it as well. Sorry. Pollen. 2 tankers are coming from the sea. I don't see him yet. Are they already on the river, Horsbrot, or are they behind the Eleanor? Bless you. Thank you for Losser. It's crazy how this little thing can push such a big structure. The BO is 23 meters. Okay. It's impressive to see. What a structure. Full power. Okay. They said the summer installation will be summer 2025, so soonish. Okay. I mean, they're still working on it, right? We see cranes next to it right now. I wonder how close you can get just to make some pictures of it. Maybe if it's worth going there with the car all the way. Or maybe what I could do is take my bicycle to the other side and see how close I can get through like narrow pathways. I have to take a look at that. It's already getting very cozy there in the grass. Lots of people chilling. Okay, so we have the Mohuri coming out, and I'm gonna reapply sunscreen now. Yeah. Oh god, that's a cool shot. Oh, here we go. Shows you how wide it is. Well, I'd rather get cancer that way than get skin cancer, so pick your poison, like on this. There we go. And while I'm rubbing myself, don't forget, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to follow for the Twitch viewers or subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. We're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers on YouTube by the end of the year. We just passed the 800 mark yesterday, so I'm hopeful we can get it by the end of the year. Yeah, I do, Pixie Bella, because if it's not clear, that means you're slightly dehydrated. The darker it gets, the more dehydrated you are. So the perfect B is like a very mild tint of yellow. But hey, on a random topic. I didn't even show the sunscreen applying. That's only for the tier 3 subscribers, the applying of sunscreen. You have the Tripoli, which is an inland container ship coming by, also a stream regular. We've seen the Tripoli many times before. So those are brackets to mount containers on, and in between. Okay, let's take a look at the Muhari now. Wait, before we go to the Muhari, there she is. There's the girl we've been waiting for. She looks very nicely filled up. So finally a full ship. This is the MSC Eleanor 366 by 51 meters. So she is coming our way in a little bit. You thought you were telling a top moment? Well, you learn something new every day, Pixie. So if you look at the Muhari, you can see that she's very deep. Like the water is just not coming over her freeboard over there. But in a little bit, you'll see that she starts rising out of the water. So she basically sucked up a lot of sand and dirt from the bottom of the canal here around the sluices, and now she's gonna dump it where she is right now, or just a little bit further out. Trading a lot of beetroot. This doesn't get red then. Did you know that if you eat a lot of candy, let's say for like green candy for example, then your number 2 can also become green? I had it once. I was freaking out. What the fuck is happening? And then I learned that it was from the candies I ate. The topics we talk about while watching ships. People on YouTube must be disgusted now. They're thinking, what are they talking about? If you eat a lot of sugar, you can become diabetic. Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, we're waiting on it any moment now. Although she'll slow down before she dumps. By the way, real quick, still there, dude. Steven, what are you doing? Why is your head backwards? What was that? What? Steven, what are you doing there? No, he knew we're onto him. Or it's that motorbike. He's warming his feet. Ah, it could be a thing, yeah. I think he was just showing off for the stream. There's no other possible explanation. Okay, I think the Mojave is slowing down. On the looks of it, they've put their thrusters in reverse. Well, thrusters. Their propeller. Is she going out so far? I really wish they had like a little signal when they were starting the dump, like a little horn. And then we knew. Oh, now we're about to be stream sniped by a tugboat. Tugboat, please. The VB Triomphante was the name. Oh, there she goes, I think. Maybe? Maybe not. Yeah, she's rising. Ooh, look how fast that goes. rising out of the water like the beautiful swan she is. There's actually a lot of algae on her sides. We saw that yesterday as well. So she basically has like a hole in the middle of her that she, like a hatch that she opens, and then everything that she vacuumed up from the floor falls back out. Very simplified explanation, but there it is. That's most of it out. Now they're kind of like flushing out everything from the hold, and then she'll head back in. So it's like we got a low rider coming in. Nah, it's not that low. It's low, but not that low. We've seen lower. Yeah, it's not that low. Then leveled up on the bottom. Yeah, but then another dredge will come here and we'll suck that up and bring it a little bit further up the river, and eventually it will be out at sea or something. Keep in mind also the river here has a tides, so that will wash and bring sand. So the sand is always moving here. Getting some Westerschelde Vice. I think one of the ships that somebody mentioned is there, and then I think the bigger, yeah, that's the Eleanor, and then there is another tanker ship there. Which one was on the way to Dunkirk? The Benthos? Is that the one that I zoomed in on? It looks like it's going into the canal though. We do have an inland ship coming out. Let's rotate to that. The inlander, gotcha. Oh, it's the Alaska. We saw this one come in yesterday. Yesterday's stream. So now she's heading out again. Where is she going? Looks like she's going up the river. Maybe Zeebrugge. Destination not available. It will always remain a mystery to us where this ship is going. And then this will probably be the biggest ship that we see today. Hey, you're probably going to Vlissingen. Yeah, Vlissingen, Braakman, or Zeebrugge is also an option. Oh, where is she? There she is. So guys, if you would all donate €100 right now, we would probably be able to buy this boat. And then we can do ship spotting from this boat. What do you guys think? Do you have a deal? love how Toast then shares the donate link. As if everybody's gonna throw 100 euros right now so we can buy this boat. We only have 99, damn it. There we go, stop, nobody donate. Somebody's already out. There's another one there. If you do that one, you can also do fishing, as you can see. You can do ship spotting and fishing at the same time. And everybody who donated can come and join me for a stream on the boat. Little tanker ship. I was just entering my credit card info. It's fine. It's fine. I really got to be careful when there's a lot of people here. There's sometimes men who go in the middle of that grass patch. So if you look towards the canal, there's a big grass patch, right? They go into the middle of that and then they just whip their thing out and start peeing. At least go to a freaking bush, my dude. It's gonna get me banned at some point. This is the Karlika, 136 by 21 meters, built in 2000. And she came from, let's check. Come on. There we go, there we go. Ooh, she came from Morocco. Jorf Lasfar. Yeah, in the middle I think is wild. Like, at least go to a bush. There's plenty of bushes here you can walk to. Just go stand in the middle of that grass and whip your thing out to pee. Knowing that there's a guy with a camera up the hill. It's wild. Oh, is that the other container ship that was coming in behind the Eleanor? It's quite a distance in between them, actually. There she is. And in case you missed it, it's the Turkish flag in this one. They even painted a Turkish flag on her structure. It's the red one. Wait. But it's no longer red then? Are the pictures outdated? Oh, damn it, wrong. Is that red? That looks black to me. Well, we'll see it. We'll see it in a little bit. This one was built in Italy, the ship. So that is the page. Let me check its pictures. There's more recent pictures of it. Never mind. Just the first picture is outdated. I really wish that Vessel Finder would like place the newest picture as the first picture, because oftentimes they have like an outdated picture as the first picture. You're gonna have to board some of these ships tomorrow? What do you mean, Tayo? Do you work on the river? Are you a pilot? Or are you a pirate? Okay, someone was yelling. Yeah, are you a pilot or a pirate? You work in the harbor. Ah, awesome. So which one, the Port of Antwerp then? The megaphone was yelling at a yacht that was parked there, and they say there's no exit out of the port here. So I'm not sure what they were doing. It's loud though when they use the megaphone, it's really loud. It's so loud that I hear that echo from the other side of the river back towards us. Really weird. Mostly, and sometimes in Ghent. Okay, awesome, cool. Looking fresh though, this one. Very well maintained. We've seen worse, a lot worse. She has a nice rumble to her, this one as well. Oh, I can't wait to have the good microphone set up at some point, so you guys can better hear the rumble. If you're just joining, you can just hear it, yeah, but with the new mics it will be very, very clear. Don't go anywhere, we do have some interesting stuff still coming. It's another low rider over there. Oh, that's another load of coal. Where is she? There she is. Got a 366 by 51 meter big ass ship coming our way. Not the biggest, but almost the biggest. There she is, the MSC Eleanor. So let's check her statistics. As I said, 366 by 51. She's currently 15 meters deep, so she's very well loaded actually. Let's double check where she came from before Antwerp. She came from Felixstowe in the UK, and before Felixstowe she was in Colombo. So she she recently finished her big trip from Asia back to Europe. She arrived in Europe by May 7th, and now Antwerp is her second stop. It is indeed a very newish ship as well. She's just under half a year old now. So I'm expecting her to look very fresh. Other than her, not that much else coming for traffic. We have one more tanker, and then quite a bit behind her is that one. Forgot its name. Was that the Chase? I keep forgetting the name. Maybe we'll see that one as well. We'll see. The Page, not the Chase. The Page. And we got another inland ship coming towards us. Oh, look at the water hitting the bow on that one. The Ale Tank 70. Judging by how high she is, I'm going to assume that she's probably empty. Your degree, nice. Meanwhile, the Eleanor is turning towards us. It's a cool shot. She is partially loaded, okay. Low levels on the Rhine. Is she going all the way to Germany? Godorf. Okay. Oh, she has a long ride ahead of her. Interesting, low water level. So it's also dry in that part of Europe? Because in this part of Europe we have a very, very big drought already. It's very early in the year, but the groundwater is very low right now. And everything is bone dry, the whole ground. It's crazy. It's also in Germany extremely dry. Okay. Near Cologne and Bonn. Okay. Same for the UK. Damn. Dude, Europe is slowly turning into the Sahara Desert this way. We're gonna have to migrate even further north. We're gonna live in Scandinavia. What camera am I using? It's a Canon EOS R50 with a 24 to 240 millimeter zoom lens. It was extremely bad last week. Where do you live, Scythe? Not exactly, but I haven't seen a drop of rain in weeks. Well, maybe a few drops, but I haven't seen a proper rain shower in even months, I think. Oh, you're on the other side of the Alps, okay. Maybe the Alps are just blocking blocking all the rain from coming here. You had one shower last week? Interesting. Southern Austria, okay. Ah, oh, must be beautiful there. I love the mountains. I don't go there often enough, the mountains. There are already warnings about the first round. Yeah, so it's the same here in Belgium. So I live just across the border, right? I'm not from the Netherlands. And the province that I live in, it's no longer allowed to pump up liquids. Like the farmers are no longer allowed to pump up liquids from certain waterways to water their fields because of how low the water currently already is. Last weekend there was a heavy but short shower in West Germany. Okay. But yeah, of course, short showers are... We really need like a week of rain to recover a little bit from this drought. I mean, for streaming it's amazing, the weather. For nature, not so much, I guess. So this is another quadruple ship. Like it's another, no, is it a double? No, it's a double. And there's a barge, a double barge behind it. A lot of doubles today. It just flooded everyone's basement. Not much for nature, yeah. You think the same for... It's just what you're used to, right, Scythe? If you're used to living in the mountains, then you're used to that, and the flatland is more... speaks more to you, and vice versa. Looking at the Columbia. It's going to Ghent. Siedmar, so it's probably moving coal. For the Siedmar is the big steel factory up the river, where a lot of my family members actually work. You're getting your first warm over 50C next week, wow. But yeah, like normally it shouldn't be 26 degrees this time of year. It's too warm for the time of year. Interesting scenario playing next to me. Two people met up for a date. They're now saying goodbye to each other. They were smooching. Hear the accent. The one guy was coming from Belgium, West Flanders province, and she was a Dutch person. Do you think they Tindered? The Tsubuka Galaxy is getting tugged. That's the tanker around the corner, right? Let me check. If it's going to Ghent, then yes, it will be. It's going to Antwerp. Interesting. Is it being tugged? It is. Oh, that's interesting, Borsbrot. That's definitely unusual. There shouldn't be a tug attached to it and over here already. Good old dating dates. I mean, can you see the pier from Evos to Neus and so on? Yeah, we can. So if we pan over there, that is the little pier. That is where the ship we were just talking about is. I'll pan back to the inland ships once they're closer. Can still see the Marsk in the distance heading out as well. And the Eleanor approaching. Yeah, I'm very curious why there's a tug behind this one already. Let's see what's going to happen here. Wait, it says destination not available. It updated at AIS then. Yeah, because in my app it still says destination Antwerp, Belgium. So it must have updated in the past. Must be change of plans. Let me refresh. It still says Antwerp for me. That's weird. The app is like outdated or something. Guess we'll see what's going to happen with this one. Is there a second tug on a...
No tata to ja wiem, że on sobie zawsze zbiera.
Tug alongside now. Interesting. So if you guys look on vesselfinder.com, the website, where is she going now? What is her destination on? Is it destination not available? It's almost like she has steering problems maybe, and those two tugs are here to assist her. Because that one tug is really like hugging the side there. It does say destination not available. Huh. Yeah, so she was definitely planned for Antwerp. I guess then she'll still go there, but maybe there's some problems with steering. It was only, I think, 2 weeks ago or last week that there was a ship that got that lost power when it was exiting the canal here. An Arklow ship, complete blackout, and then they had to also come and assist it. What a shot with the Eleanor in the back there. Beautiful. Wonder if they're just trying to slow her down now, keep her on course. There's no smoking from the state. Yeah, but that's not necessarily an indicator. Most of the smoky ships are the ones that are leaving the port because they're still warming up a bit. To me, it definitely looks like there's a steering problem, because otherwise that tug wouldn't be by her side, pushing to keep her in the shipping lane. What does her status say on AIS? Still underway, not restricted or anything, or nope? Oh, sorry, I panned too far. I was checking something. We need a VHF radio. The tug can't push sideways, okay. Then why was it hugging the ship? Look how it's like literally leaning into it. Oh, maybe they're going to attach a rope now. Yeah, they're going to lower a rope, I think. Tug is on standby assist. Okay. Yeah, they are definitely getting a line out now. You can see it. Okay. And I wonder if she'll come in. I guess so. Change of plans. Antwerp is full. Let's go to Ghent. Real quick. Gotta show it before they are. Got hooked behind the anchor. Oh, okay. Couldn't see that from my little monitor that I have here. Look at the Columbia. That's a lot of coal going to the steel factory. That's a very long boy. Okay, let's go back to the action here. Because yeah, usually when the ship is scheduled to go to Ghent, they'll have the mooring lines already long in place before they get to this point. So this is very last minute if it has to go to Ghent. Still not attached though. Looks like they might be reeling it in now. Yeah. Oh, now it's got destination for Ghent. Okay, so they updated it. Wow, that is very last minute to attach the tug. Last minute switch. That's all I can imagine. Now destination available again. I'm gonna assume she's going to Ghent though. Interesting. It was probably scheduled for Ghent anyways, but their AIS might have been wrong. Oh, Ghent was the other inland ship. Okay, never mind then. Yeah. Okay, I get it now. There's still not really a rope between them. Well, there's a thin rope, but that's not a rope to tug on. I guess the tugs are mostly needed for the sluice itself, not really to take it. Oh, there it comes. There's the line from the tug. They have started testing it, Tayo. So last week they did a test with a small inland vessel, and I assume that over the next few weeks they'll do some more testing. They want to slowly ramp it up, get experience with it with smaller ships, and then they'll evolve into the bigger ones eventually. But it's a very slow progress, given that it was officially opened in October last year. And there has been a dredge ship in that sluice for the past 2 weeks as well, getting it ready. Yeah. There's the Muhari. Actually, well, we have time. The Muhari is in there right now, still dredging, doing stuff. There she is. So they're still getting it ready, I guess, for bigger ships. So that is the Muhari, dredging the new one. It's cool to film. Usually they're already attached, so we never get to see this. The guy yelling through his megaphone again. I think for traffic control it's officially yelling season. They'll start yelling at people with pleasure crafts that don't know what they're doing. Yeah, it's stuff like that though, so you can't go there, you can't park there. Please get out of the way of the massive shipping lane or you will get crushed. She's a noisy one. Noisy ship. Let's move on to our big girl for today. Biggest ship that we'll see today, unfortunately. No 400-meter ones. We do have this one, 366 by 51 meters. And she will be, will she be our closing ship for today? Nah, we'll wait for the other one behind it. So 2 more ships for today then. And her capacity is unknown to me, as she's a very new ship and I'm unable to see it yet on Vessel Finder. There's no TEU on it. You can probably Google it if you're really interested. I'm gonna assume her capacity is somewhere around 10 to 15,000, maybe 12,000 something. How often do I shipping stream? I try to do it 3 times a week, Tayo. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday are the 3 days that I do. The other 4 days I still have a regular day job, unfortunately. It's 15,000. Oh, damn it. I was close. I was close. I'm starting to see by the size of a ship what the capacity is. This fella has an even more exact one. 15,143 20-foot containers fit on that thing. Let's line them up. Oh, 15,413. Sorry. Let's line them up. Any line up commanders on the Twitch chat? So we would fully stack the ship with containers to the max, and we would then line them up behind each other in a line. That line would be 93.96 kilometers long. That is crazy. Look how fresh she looks though. Fresh paint job on her. Started her journey in December last year. We've seen quite a few new MSC ships actually in the past few weeks. Even off stream I saw a few on the river that were built either last year or even in the beginning of this year. A lot of new ships for them. You almost have enough channel points to fill the ship. Well, should I do one final sellout moment? Yeah. If you're new to the channel and you like the ship spotting or the ship spotting vibe, don't forget to drop a follow if you're watching on Twitch, or subscribe for the YouTube viewers. Both is free and it helps out the channel a lot. And of course, on YouTube, you can always go the extra mile and take a hammer and smash that like button. That will mostly help other people find the stream. There we go. That was my final sellout moment for today's stream. So I'll probably wait for the page as well, which is just over there. So we'll catch that one as well. I don't know, I could do with a nicer picture maybe. I mean, I can make one, but it probably won't show up as like the first picture, so I don't know. I think it's more worth it when the vessel doesn't have a picture yet. There's some trucks on board there. Those will be very excited. I'll do a better picture when she's closer. Moin Epicones. You're in the backyard and grilling. Oh, amazing. They're not high quality, okay. Indeed, Rob, 15,400. 15,400 and a little bit. Yeah, that is true. Vessel Finder does resize the photos. What is that pillar in the front? Is that like a wind sail thing? Or is that just a mast? No, it's just a mast. That's interesting. That's something I haven't seen before. And for all of you asking about Hitch, I have no info on him. And even if I had, I would have to kill you after I tell you. But I don't. It's classified. Maybe for the captain to look at the tip. I have no idea what the function is. It's almost like an observation platform, like a mast. First I thought it was like an e-sail that they were trying to use. Heyo! Tayo, thank you for dropping the prime. Thank you for the support, man. Welcome to the shore crew. Okay, I'm gonna switch to picture mode for a minute and then I'll be back. Oh yeah, but you can still hear me, so. There we go. I'll upload one. Nah, I don't think it's to see so the captain sees the front of the ship. They all work on instruments these days. They don't need a tip to see where the bow is. I'm sure it has a purpose, though. It has like a big horn on it, like a big speaker. Look how fresh she's looking. Wow. I like how the MSC, if it's freshly painted, it has some kind of like matte black look to it. I don't think it's actual matte, but it looks matte if it's fresh. It had some sensors and cameras on it. So it's just a secondary radar. Let's take a look up close. There's definitely a lot of equipment on it. Probably also cameras, yeah. It's definitely something unique. I've never seen this on a container ship, this mast in the front. You can clearly see that she's very deep in the water, almost no wake created. If you look over there, can I do this? Yeah, just below 50 meters deep. 14.8. Navigational lights, yep, I also saw that. Let's go one more look. I'm intrigued by the mast. What a ship. Definitely not fully loaded though. The whole back row is empty. You tend to see that a lot on these ships actually. That the final row is empty. Not always. You can tug over there. Another truck on the back there as well. More trucks downstairs. I just noticed that. Yeah. The time it takes to walk from front to the back. Oh yeah, absolutely. Actually, I posted a video in my Discord this morning from a container ship like this that got into a very nasty storm back in 2020, and it lost over 1,800 containers in the sea during that storm. There's a video of it, and it's basically how the ship looks once it returned to port. All those stacks were collapsed. It's crazy. And it's officially that incident had like, what was it, $90 million in claims for container loss, and another $200 million insurance stuff or something. And it's officially the biggest claim for a ship that hasn't sunk. So, crazy. If you want to see that, it's in the Discord, that video. Alright, one more ship for today, and then we'll wrap it up. Got one more smaller container ship underway. Hey Gabe, and good afternoon. Welcome in. I love the little boat behind it. Where is it? There. Time for a Ray to give me life for a few more hours. No. Should I hit the Baltimore Bridge traffic? Maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe the claims and stuff is still ongoing for that one. Currently, that one with the ONE, I think it was the ONE Apus or something like that, is the biggest one. But yeah, things can change, of course. Check something here. Where's that app? Hang on. Let's see. Trying to look up something. Are we still filming it? Oh, sorry. I'm really bad at multitasking, in case you didn't know yet. Nope, I'm back. Sorry, what did I miss? Nothing. Wow, it's almost 25 degrees now. Woo. Alright, the final ship of the day is still behind the pier. There's a sailing boat in the Vlissingen Marina that was built in 1903. Wow. Send it over. I'll still alive. Yeah, we got the page still coming. See it in a little bit, Toast. You're too eager. It's still behind the pier. Oh, what is happening over there? Are we jet skiing? Oh no, we're jet skiing. Look at that. They're bouncing through the wake of the Eleanor. Maybe we can get a jet ski to do ship spotting on. Mount a whole setup on the back. And there's something else in the water there. Let's see, where are you? Oh, that's a tiny fishing boat by the looks of it. And we have a nice butt shot of the Eleanor leaving us. You can just see the cranes of the first part of the port of Antwerp in the distance there, to her right. to the final shippy of the day. There it comes. This is the Page, a 257 meter container ship, 32 meters wide. She came from, I'll double check. Page came from Tanger in Morocco, and before that Antwerp, so it seems to be a line between Antwerp and Morocco. How deep is she? 8.7 meters. Okay. I also think it's about high tide right now, right? If I look at the water levels, I don't think it will get much higher than this. What's the command again? Exclamation mark. Tides. I'll do it. Oh, tide. High tide. 40 minutes. Wow, another 40 minutes. Ooh, hang on. The jet ski people are here. Looks bumpy as hell though. I've never done jet ski myself, but it looks very bumpy. Not for people with a bad back. It's crazy to me that on the same river as these massive container ships, you have people on jet skis. And maybe some protection for your back. I would be more worried about my back, honestly, sitting on that. Seems very bumpy. Ooh, sorry. Let's check out the Page, built by Samsung Shipbuilding and Heavy Industries in Korea. She has a capacity of 3,799 TEU. She's owned and managed by Sealift Incorporated. Samsung makes everything. It's like Samsung and what is the other one? Hyundai. They also make everything. Are they still going? They passed me while I was walking along the Schelde. They came through the sluice. The jet skis? Really? So they're going all the way back to Vlissingen then? Oh. Yeah, they just came out of the port of Terneuzen, Harry. So maybe they fueled up there again and now they're heading back. Samsung, yeah, I know Samsung is absolutely massive. I saw a whole YouTube video about it. Has a name in Korea. Like a few set of big families own almost all the power in that country, but it had a specific name. Just can't come up with it. They were in the sluice and oh, okay. I didn't see them come towards us, but am I seeing that one of them is going past the ships? Chibble, yeah, that's the thing, indeed. A new scene has arrived at the spotter spot. There's a guy shirtless laying in the grass now. It's a muscular guy. That's not wise. Yeah. No shit. Although keep in mind, it might be an optical illusion. With the zoom lens, distances get distorted, so it might be a safe distance. All right, this will be our closing ship for the weekend. So yeah, as plans for next week, I'm still considering going to Rotterdam. So we'll have to see. Maybe we'll be in Rotterdam on Friday and or Saturday. And then on Sunday, we'll probably be back in our regular spot here. So that's the plan for next week. They're still going there. Dude, these things go so fast. Holy crap, that's crazy. It's almost like an arrow. If Saturday, let me know. I will. But it will be a last minute decision, Rotterdam or not. I will look at the weather and stuff like that. Would also be cool if we could catch a cruise ship. I'm not sure if there's going to be a cruise ship at Rotterdam on Friday or Saturday, but that would also be amazing if we could do that. Gotcha. As Rotterdam is always, yeah, but we were talking about it earlier. I was considering sleeping there for the night if I'm going, but it's really not good. It's not reachable with public transport. It's like a massive walk from the metro to the actual boat. But yeah, I'll probably look for the cheapest hotel that I can find. Keeping it cheap. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised from that Acondas. I think it's a certain type of people. Yeah, I know there's a bus, but buses. I believe they have a shuttle bus even. Probably gonna be too expensive anyway. Not sure how well it comes across on camera, but the reflection of the water in the hull is crazy. Yeah, I can see a little bit on camera. But it's more in real life. Is the off screen resting on the bridge? Oh, I missed that. Maybe? It's definitely close to it. Where's the arm for that one? That crane lost its arm by the looks of it. Now it's just a pillar. And no containers on the back. This one. Go. Let me press a button. Boom. So yeah, I talked about the plans for next week. Either we'll be here or we'll be in Rotterdam, but we'll probably be streaming. More ship spotting. Thank you all for hanging out with me for the past 3.5 hours, and thank you for the support and the follows. So if you haven't followed yet, you want to see more, don't forget to follow. Same for the people on YouTube. If you're watching and you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. Then you'll see when I'm live again, Friday, Saturday, Sundays. And yeah, other than that, thank you all for being here. And I'll see you all very, very soon. Bye-bye.